Hi, Cambria. It's Lisa from Kitchen Witch Boutique. Okay, first question. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce the individual, his name that you're asking about, but basically, he's coming up as the King of Coins, which is a stable guy. Like he tends to be wealthy, likes to work with his hands, very, very grounded. You're asking if she's gonna leave him alone. Not really. It's basically Five of Swords is conflict, it's manipulation. It's basically like she's throwing swords in his way. I mean, eventually, he will move on with the Four of Wands, but right now it looks like they're going to continue to have a lot of conflict. Okay, let me pull a clarifying card. Yeah. Part of the problem here, Two of Cups, he's kind of still in a relationship with her. Like he's Spirit is saying that they're saying they live long distance from each other. I don't know what that means, but basically that they are still very emotionally and spiritually connected to each other, and they're just having lots of troubles. So I don't really see any kind of, I think there's going to continue to be more conflict with that. Now, as far as the jail situation, yeah, again, we cannot predict, when things are going to happen, etc. I would say, though, with the swords and the appearance of the Empress, is he going to get out by the end of the year? There's a possibility. Knight of Swords is messages, like he'll be getting some word about that. Queen of Swords is a lawyer. Okay, she's a lawyer. And if you look at this card, this is my musician deck. That's Aretha Franklin, like respect. So with the Empress, yeah, I think there is a possibility that maybe by the end of the year, but I would give it a little bit longer than that. Now, the big question, which I do remember you from years ago, is, are you going to find love? Well, here's the rub, okay? King of Swords, I'm going to try to say this in a nice way. Like, you have a tendency to attract emotionally unavailable men. Like I'm not trying to blame you or say anything bad, but you have a tendency, like marriage is definitely in the cards for you at some point. But the fact is the King of Swords is generally a guy who's like cool, calm, and collected. He can be very like caustic and sarcastic, and you've got some troubles with your dad. There's some, I feel like your dad has been like emotionally unavailable, like he hasn't been in your life that much. So that's an issue that has to be resolved. Now the Hierophant, that is the card of marriage. So that's a very good sign. But the Hierophant is also like, it's the card of tradition. It's the card of like morals. It's the card of like standing up for you believe in. Six of Swords is a transition card. Now, transition, we're always going through transitions. Okay, here's the Ace of Wands. And part of the problem is, with love spell work, the problem is that if we don't address the blockages before, we do any kind of love spell or anything like that, honestly, it's just not going to be effective. And like part of the problem is that so many women, in life, they were taught to be obedient and not speak up. And that's kind of part of the problem. And what I see with a lot of women these days, and I had to go through this too, is that women are allowing men to treat them like shit. Okay, like they're just allowing men to just walk all over them. You have to be able to stand proud and stand tall, and as long as you have a stance of, I want to find love, nothing's working, like it's the universe or spirit or source, whatever you want to call it, is going to just basically kick back shit to you. Like it's until like you really start to work on like the core issues of what is keeping you stuck, you're going to continue to have trouble with success with love. They're recommending a spiritual cleansing, which is what they always do. And then, you can see like you need to reclaim your personal power is what they're saying. Now, this is a very important time. It's a very powerful time with Samhain coming up, with Halloween, with honoring the ancestors, etc., especially, the dead. This is Scorpio season. So I would definitely, they're saying to consider a working again, because it's been quite a while since you had a working, because that's kind of where the blocks are at. Okay. So this is Lisa from Kitchen Witch Boutique. Ayubobo, blessed be, and have a good evening. Thank you. Goodbye.